We're here today with U.S. Soccer President Sunil Gulati, and it is now official that the U.S., along with Mexico and Canada, is bidding to host World Cup 2026. Sunil, very basic question. Why does the U.S. want to host the World Cup again?
Well, I think that's an easy one. The spectacular success of '94, what it did for the game, and the growth and starting of MLS, what it's done for the game more generally. It's a terrific event and can only help us further develop and accelerate the development of the sport in the United States.
FIFA Council announced last October that Europe and Asia could not bid to host World Cup 26 after having hosted the previous two World Cups. Do you expect that those rules will still be in place when the vote takes place for who hosts this World Cup?
Absolutely. Those are the rules. The only amendment to that is if no one that bids can meet the technical standards of FIFA, then they have the possibility to open it up. That won't be the case here. We will meet the technical standards of FIFA.
And who do you expect your competition to be for this World Cup bid?
South America generally has said they're not planning to bid, so I don't know if anyone from there will change their mind. So it's Africa. Africa can bid, and the one country that has bid in the past and has talked about it, at least by a third parties, is Morocco. We don't know if they'll bid yet or not, or who else might bid.
As recently as December, the U.S. Soccer Board was still a little undecided about whether they wanted to share this World Cup bid with other countries. What changed? Why did the decision come to share the World Cup bid?
You know, there's always been some disagreement about that and the best way to move forward. And in the end, the three things I think that mattered to me and to U.S. Soccer, one was being pragmatic, that we increase the likelihood that we host the World Cup, even if it's not 100% of it. We think we had a strong bid regardless, but with Mexico and Canada, it becomes stronger. Two is it helps regional soccer, regional football. Helps Canada, Mexico, and us all grow. That's important to CONCACAF, important to us. And three is, I think, it goes beyond sport. Given what's going on in the world in particular, in the U.S., and some of the issues that we've faced most recently, a bid that includes Mexico and Canada is a big plus.
You did announce here in New York that the Trump administration is expressing support for this joint World Cup bid, and especially for doing it with Mexico. What does that mean, and does it mean that you will have assurances from the government that you can give to FIFA that every country will be able to come into the U.S. for that World Cup?
We haven't gotten into all those details yet with the president or any member of his administration. That will happen over the months to come with the particular departments, whether it's Treasury, whether it's immigration, naturalization, all of those areas, state, defense. A lot of different departments of the government are involved in any successful bid and then putting on a World Cup or an Olympic Games. What we have today is an absolute commitment of support from the President of the United States for this joint bid. He encouraged us to do it, is supporting the bid, and was actually, as you mentioned, very supportive and especially pleased that Mexico is going to be part of it. Those are all big pluses for us.
2026 is a ways away. It's 9 years. Teams that host the World Cup have often done well in those World Cups. Do you think the U.S. will be in a position to compete to win World Cup 2026?
You know, whenever I talk to our players, every time they step on the field, no matter who we're playing against, they want to win, and they think they're capable of winning. So you don't enter competitions to finish second, and that's true in Russia, it's true in qualifying. So I'm not going to sit here and say we could win the World Cup. No one does that, and there's so few countries that have done it. But obviously, as we continue to get better, and we're hosting, hopefully, then the sky's the limit.
Sunil Gulati, thanks and good luck.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.